And we're going to start off with this powerful, I think Adidja Palmer, aka Vybz Kartel, left Earth when he constructed this.
Yeah, we stand strong. Stand up like a man.
Alright, welcome to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It's your host with the most, and this one we're going to be reviewing pen and paper style. Is called Stand Strong. Okay? What I want you to do is I want you to go fix a drink, roll up a spliff, do whatever you do, and come in for some real reasoning right now, because this is not a short video. So for the short attention span people, you're probably gonna have to watch this in 2 parts, okay? Or 3 parts, or 4 parts, or chicken parts, or how many parts you want part it up. But we, SouFLoTV, said pen and paper, and it means that you have taken the time to listen over and over and written out the words and studied the words and their meanings along with Google and dictionary and these things, and you've come up with, okay? Alright, so let's start out with them boy that bow so easily. We stand strong. Immediately separating himself from the people that bow so easily. And for you guys who don't know what bow so easily means, it means that you give in so easily. You are easily bought and sold. He is a rebellious slave. He's not even a slave. He's a rebel upon the plantation. He's not bowing so easily. Right? Them boy that bow so easily. We stand strong. Yeah, we stand strong. Stand up like a man. See the face of evil there. Fear not. Fear defeat, you say? In other words, he's saying then there is the face of evil. He is pointing out the face of evil. Who is he pointing to? We'll get to that. This of the brave hearts. Yo, a lion over stray dog. In other words then, there's a difference between a lion and a stray dog. Think about it. A lion is a very brave creature in creation. You understand? And then you have stray dog, wild and scary. Fling 2 stone and them take off. This is not for the weak, the faint of heart. This is for the lions, not for the stray dogs. It gets deep because he starts talking specifically to his people. Black people, it's time to fight. Can't make Rome defeat we know. A lot of people are thinking physical fight and are thinking battlefield and bow and arrow or guns on a battlefield, and that fight is not that kind of a fight. It's a fight within oneself to not be conquered. To not be conquered using all the things that they're using to conquer you right now. Like for instance, computerize. With mind, I try tech. With soul, them want end with existence. Burn them religion, burn them politician, burn them division. Computer is on the rise. Everything is being computerized. If you look around right now, everybody is on their smartphone like this, to the point where people are driving like this and causing serious accidents, taking lives, right? Computerized. And there's everything on the computer that you can ever think of. If you have a child and that child has a smartphone, every single thing is in that phone. It is because of the rise of computer why certain people have been exposed to certain things. And now that they're exposed to certain things, their minds are more curious than ever before. So you find younger children are now getting engaged in sexual activities. Children are now committing crimes that are heinous. Children are now lusting in ways that children didn't before. The worship of material things over the sustenance of life and the preservation of health and these kind of things. We will no longer exist as a people that stand strong, as a people that are about what has brought us so far in time. You know, they say we've been here since the beginning. Well, elements have been trying to end our existence since the beginning. Now more than ever, to burn them religion, burn politician, burn them division, religion, politicians, division. Those three. If you think about religion, you ever see a Christian and a Muslim and a Hindu hanging out and chilling? Very rarely it happens. Praising in the same place, very rarely it happens. It's all division. Just another ploy to divide humans. Politicians always up to tricks. Their aim is to control the masses. Whether it's for your votes and support or to herd you like cattle, that's what it is. Burn them division, and how they control is through division. JLP over here, so PMP over there, so divided. Anything happen under the JLP watch, PMP run a campaign on it and say, see, and them make that happen. And then they get in power and they do the same thing and worse. And you know what I'm saying? Politicians and their tricks. All when them shoot with them, can't dead, are just the flesh that. Me there with me ancestors. Tutankhamen to Sam Sharpe. Now, if you don't know, Tutankhamen, he went to Egyptian gods from back in those times. Now, if you think about the great pyramids being built, if you think about the mathematics, physics, science, medicine, astrology, civilization came from ancient Egypt and back as the Nile River flowed down into Egypt, right? And for those of you who don't know who Sam Sharpe is, so Sam Sharpe is a Mobile man. So big up to Mobile again. Sam Sharpe was an enslaved person who fought for freedom by organizing general strikes in Jamaica. He was born in Jamaica in St. James in 1801, and he was brought up in Montego Bay. He also passed away in Montego Bay. He was literate and well respected. He was a deacon who was in charge of a missionary chapel in Montego Bay. He learned to read and write and became known as an inspirational Baptist preacher who amazed people with the power of his sermons. He traveled widely throughout his parish, St. James, speaking about the injustices of slavery and pointing out that the Bible said that no man can serve two gods, two masters. Therefore, his master must be God. His master can't be the master on the plantation. Started waking up the slaves because a lot of them were saying, yes, a master, these my master. And he's saying, no, there can't be a master. The Almighty Creator has got to be a master, and you can't have two masters. Slave master didn't like that. Now, this is in a time when we weren't even allowed to read. To learn how to read was illegal, right? Now, white people, he said, had no right to hold black people in slavery than if it was the other way around, blacks holding whites in slavery. In other words, no man should hold any man in slavery. You don't have the right to do so. He keenly followed the development of the abolition movement in England by reading local and foreign papers. By the time he was 31 years old, Sharpe organized a rebellion in the belief that freedom had already been granted by the British Parliament, and he thought that would have given him much more backup. So he told the people, yo, don't cut no more sugar cane. But he did it at a strategic time, waited till the cane was ripe and ready. And he knew that if the people strike and didn't cut the cane, then the whole cane crop would spoil. And at the time, cane plantation, sugar exported out of the Caribbean, that was a huge deal. And you can actually say that Britain built its wealth off these sugarcane plantations out of the Caribbean, right? So for you to tell the slave them, don't cut none of the sugarcane, make them ripe and spoil. And he even told the people, don't fight physically unless these so-called slave masters don't want to honor what you're requesting. That means if they don't honor it, then it's time for bloodshed. It's time for fight. The uprising lasted 10 days and spread throughout the entire island, mobilizing as many as 60,000 of Jamaica's 300,000 enslaved population. But of course, he was captured and he was executed in Market Square, Montego Bay on the 23rd of May 1832. Just before his death, he said to a visitor, "I would rather die upon yonder gallows than live in slavery." So in other words, if you're not going to give me my freedom and I can't get my freedom through fighting, then you better hang me, because I'm not doing this slavery thing. And that was Sam Sharpe. So one time Vybz Kartel said stuff like, "Burn them division, all when them shoot we down. Can't dead, are just the flesh that." Right? He says he's here with his ancestors, transcending a dimension. Me there with my ancestors, Tutankhamen to Sam Sharpe, we stand strong. Now, transcending in dimensions, that in itself is a whole other, we're talking metaphysics and esoterics here, all right? And esoteric science, I'm going to send you to esotericscience.org. Let me read something for you quickly. So, Dr. Evan Harris Walker, the author of The Physics of Consciousness, is regarded as one of the pioneers of modern consciousness research. Walker rejects the conventional physical explanation of consciousness, and he believes that consciousness is something that is outside of the physical world and does not depend on the brain. He believes that consciousness transcends time and space, that our minds are all interconnected, and that we are all a part of the one quantum mind, and that our consciousness survives physical death. He has a book called World of Physics Research. Go check it out. So, let me give you a more plausible example then. Bob Marley transcended time and space. He did exactly what Kartel is talking about right here. Transcending dimension, right? Martin Luther King did it. Malcolm X did it. So many other greats done it. And that's why I always say to people, okay, you are here. How are you going to elevate? How are you going to transcend in time and space? Some people come, they die, and your name is never mentioned again. Your immediate family members are going to mourn you because they miss you. But when they die, then you die as well. But after that, where is your legacy? Some people came to earth and will transcend time and space. In other words, you will live on long after you are physically gone. And it is because of your ability to transcend in dimensions. We are multidimensional beings. I don't know if you've ever heard them say we are spiritual beings having a physical experience. Meditate on that for a while. This is just a vessel, and one day you will up out of this vessel, and this vessel will return to ashes, to dust, to earth. But your physical being, your spiritual being, transcends time and space. There's no 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 5 a.m., 4 a.m., and there's no sitting in this chair right here. Am I too big for it? Too little, I can't fit? None of that. No. He goes on to say, "Nah, stop, despise the West. Monsters can't see peace, no rest." And if you think about it, the West, remember when Buju Banton did say, "Till I'm laid to rest, yes, always be depressed, there's no life in the West, and only East is the best, yes, propaganda them spread, tongues will have it confess. Oh, I'm in bondage, living is a mess, but I've got to rise up, alleviate the stress. No longer will I expose my weakness. He who seeks knowledge begins with humbleness." You go find the rest of that song and listen to it. But a long time we are talking about the West. Alright? We can also say that the East has been pillaged as far as Mama Africa goes, the home for Africans at home and abroad. has been pillaged and plundered and raped and continues to be so for all her resources, to include her people. The diamonds, the rubies, the gold, the people, the resources, the fishes out the water even, right? The motherboard for every cell phone comes from a earth mineral that comes out of and is only found Dessa. Oh man. So now stop despise the West. Monsters, and then they turn you into a monster. We as blacks grow up thinking Africa, when you hear Africa is the worst place on earth, I would never want to go there. While they're booking vacations there, building vacation homes there, owning properties there, and all that, yet they do everything to keep you from ever returning there. Yet, it is said through folklore, stories told through mouth and handed down generation to generation, that it was the wish and will of our ancestors who ended up on this side of the globe, that we, their seeds, would one day return to the continent, right? Now stop despise the West. Monsters can't see no peace, no rest. Over here, so, beer of that, killing, war, violence, material worship, money over everything, degradation, disrespect, discrimination, brutality. That's everyday life here in the West. We them a leech pan. Capitalism have to recharge. You understand? We they're leeching on. Capitalism has to recharge. We are that oil that grease the wheels of capitalism. Blood sucker them. Them a cancer. Them a minority. Are we large? We're being told that we are minorities, when in truth and in fact melanated people are the majority. We outnumber those that are not melanated, if you know what I mean. Right? If you think about it, we them a leech pan. Capitalism have to recharge. So for instance, I'll give you an example. Our creativity, fashion, hair, nails, spending habits. We earn a lot and spend a lot. And we spend all that we earn on people that just create stuff for us to purchase but don't give two damns about us. And they take everything we create. They love our creations, but they have no genuine love for us. And they mass produce it and they become wealthy from it. I'm going to leave that right there. We them a leech pan. Capitalism have to recharge. Blood sucker them a cancer. Them a minority. Are we large? But we don't know that. It's stuck in our minds that we are a minority, and we think we're a minority in numbers. We think we're a minority in strength. So we're just stuck with the minority mindset. Them a destroy spirituality. Them a destroy humanity. Burn them religion. Burn politician. Burn them division. Them a destroy spirituality. Them a destroy humanity. Spirituality, different from religiousness, are different from religion. You understand? But we've been taught religion. That's why if you say to somebody about Christianity, what you said about Christianity? What? Can't tell them nothing about them Christianity. When in a higher consciousness, there is no religion, because everything with life and every human on the face of the earth was created by the same whatever it was that created, or she was, he was, it was that created us all. Right? But they've been able to break it down to religion, and then with religion came different sects of religion which caused division, and it's used by just as it was planned to be used, by design. Right? Alright. Them a destroy spirituality on purpose. Them a destroy humanity on purpose. Burn them religion, burn politician, burn them division. All when them shoot we down, can't dead. I just the flesh that transcending dimension. Me there with my ancestors. Tutankhamun to Sam Sharpe. We stand strong. This song, this is for the brave heart. Lion over stray dog. This is what I'm saying. Lion over stray dog. This is not for the low vibrational, one dimension mind thinking, weak-minded, fear-filled, fearful. This one was deep. Alright? And like I said, I think he left Earth when he got this one. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. Click the link in the description and go listen to the entire song, Stand Strong by Vybz Kartel. I'm out. Peace.